Hi, I'm John Grant, and welcome to the Johnny Grant Show. On this show, I'll be talking football and fighting, as well as talking to a lot of cool people. For my first guest, I had a great time talking to XFL linebacker and professional MMA fighter Reggie Northrup. Roll the clips. How are you feeling after winning your first bare knuckle fight?
Oh man, I feel great, man. I worked hard, man. Had a grueling 2-month fight camp, man. Just focus on getting better, man. And we put all the work out there on fight night, and it turned out in our favor. So feel good, man.
You said earlier, and I've been paying attention to your career for a while now. You've had a pretty good relationship with Jorge Masvidal. How would you explain your time fighting for Gamebred?
Oh man, it's been cool, man. They show love, man, and they always checking on me, making sure I'm okay. I got everything I need as far as accommodations and just to be in place and be ready and prepared. So, it's always been love, man. I love fighting for the guys, Dean, Jorge, all those guys with the Gamebred clan. Um, I know they're probably gonna have some icon stuff going on soon, maybe like next year sometime or whatever. But yeah, just getting ready for whatever coming up next. I think I might fight one more time this year before the year's over with, and then I'll go back transitioning back to football because we got to be in camp in January. So I got to put my weight back on and everything. I think I'm gonna do one more this year, so to put me on pace to either contender series, UFC debut, or PFL. I'm even open to that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, PFL's rising.
and they paying.
Yeah, he's at that Ngannou contract.
That's what this shit all about, man. Getting paid, man. I'm a martial artist first and foremost, but as far as entertainment side goes in this business, you gotta get paid, bro. You ain't got time for little bullshit paychecks, man. You out here getting your head knocked in, or you know what I'm saying? Like you shave every time you step in that octagon, you know, you potentially shaving off 10 years of your lifespan. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how it goes. So it's a huge risk, man. And I think the guys should be paid more. So, I'm open to whatever, but shoot, whoever paying the most, good.
So you're just talking about the dangers of the sport. What was the difference that you saw in taking the gloves off compared to having the MMA gloves on, which really don't have that much padding anyway?
Oh, it's a big difference. At first I didn't see it as different because a fight is a fight, and it still is a fight. Don't make it. It's not a difference, but in terms of the sport, it does make a big difference. Having those gloves on is having the gloves on makes a huge difference. It's the difference between it makes a difference in the ground and pound. Just power strikes, period. There was a lot of moments in that fight where I had wide open shots to like throw everything I got, but human skull is extremely hard, and metatarsals in your hand are very weak. Them bitches will break easily. One punch, wrong angle, the wrong side of the head. So you got to also be aware of that. So there's a lot of different factors. A lot of people. I had some people comment saying, "Oh, yeah, man, I'm questioning his power now that he couldn't get that guy finished and took him 3 rounds and he made it to the end and all battered up." But it's like, man, it ain't that. Even after the flying knee to the straight right, I could have threw everything I got. I didn't punch him full force. I punched him hard enough for him to go down. And even on the ground and pound sequences, I was trying to bang him out, man. Try to get the ref to call that shit. The ref ain't want to call nothing, man. And that's another thing too, man. Got to hold these refs accountable. They'd be responsible for a lot of these guys getting up. It's like, okay, this is the sport. You're gonna get up, but it's levels. Like, all right, don't let me keep bashing this dude head in for 20 more minutes, 20 more seconds after I just been bashing this shit in for a whole minute. You know what I'm saying? That's just not good. It's not good for the fighter. Don't get me wrong. You got to get the guys a chance to recover, but if they're not actively recovering and they just covered up, man, getting wailed on, bro. That's just not cool. I already like I'm a nice guy for real, for real. Like I do this fight, but it's just in sport, man. I'm good at it. I'm a martial artist, but I don't like hurt people, bro. I feel horrible. I feel horrible doing like that to guys. But at the same time, I also know my daddy taught me survival. I also know it's either E to be A. I know that if I don't impose my will on that guy, he gonna do the same to me. So I gotta do it. You feel me? It's part of the sport. But overall, though, I don't really like that shit. I don't like hurting people like that. Don't get me wrong, you get an opponent, you want to talk a little shit, ahead of time leading up to the fight, and then that humility kind of go out the window for them type of people. But overall, man, this is sport, man. Like Cody Herbert, man, like, shit. He's my toughest opponent so far. And it's not because of the result of everything. It's how it went, the sequence, being in the fight with him. Yeah, you see highlights, you see a hell of highlights from my fight and me dogging him out, but it's demoralizing to impose your will on a man like that. And he's still willing to get up, look you across from the ring, smiling at you, still willing to come take some more.
Welcome back to the Johnny Grant Show. You can watch the full interview on Instagram at @thejgshow_. To get into some news, Dana White announces 2 huge fights last night. Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prochazka at UFC 295 at Madison Square Garden, which will be the co-main event to John Jones versus Stipe Miocic. He also announced Leon Edwards versus Colby Covington at UFC 296, which is just going to be a banger of a fight. Thank you for watching the Johnny Grant Show, and don't forget to tune in next Friday.